Welcome to Beyond the Workout with your host, Eric Dunstan. Hello, everyone. This is Coach E. I just want you to know that anything you hear on Beyond the Workout podcast is just information only. It is not a diagnosis for your issues. So anything you hear for well being, nutrition, fitness, exercise, any of those things, just take it that way as information. If you need help for a specific situation, please seek a professional. See your doctor, see a professional personal trainer, and they will diagnose your issues and they will take care of you. All right, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another show of Beyond the Workout. It's me, Coach E, your host for this show and every show, pretty much. I think this is my 44th or 45th show. Um, I'm trying to stay consistent until I can get to 50 shows. That's my whole goal. And so that's what this show is about, being consistent and no quit. Just keep going and don't quit. And so I just said I'm gonna get on tonight, which is my normal podcast recording night, and just share a few tips for you all to keep going. Now, I know a lot of you probably that listen to podcasts or motivational speakers or try to boost yourself. You do it at the beginning of a year, a new year, and you make some type of goal or resolution to get yourself going and try to reach this particular goal that you have set. Now, a few shows ago, I did um, a show about setting goals, and I mentioned some ways you could set goals. And there was two that I did. One was based on trying to start and run a business for myself, but then the other one, when it comes around fitness and health, centered around trying to prove that someone over the age of 50, close to 60, can reduce belly fat. And it's not spot reducing, but it's taking care of the entire body in order to reduce um, excess fat, uh, try to prevent sarcopenia, which is the reduction in muscle and muscle strength. So I had heard there was a study done about metabolism, and we always say, well, once you get to 50, late 40s, early 50s, your metabolism slows down. But it's interesting that what I heard is from the age of 20 to the age of 60, your metabolism is the same. It's not the metabolism and how the body burns the energy it consumes, it's but about what you actually put in your body. So I wanted to encourage you in this show to think about those goals that you might have and not just think about the goal and why you want to reach that goal, but actually pushing yourself so hard that you finally get the goal. You reach it. You're just amazed at it. And pretty much that's what I've done. And I don't start a goal setting routine just because it's the beginning of a year. My goal that I set actually occurred in 2023, probably around I want to say June or July. It was at the time that I turned 58 years old, and I was speaking to my brother about he's not into fitness and health. He's a mechanic or a supervisor, but he doesn't do anything around fitness and health. But he just decided he was going to not eat anything with added sugar. And he said within 2 weeks, he lost about 20 pounds. And I said, well, that's a little too drastic. But then you want to ask yourself, well, how long can you keep that up? And when you learn the science behind um, excess sugar and what it can do to your body, it's time to take a stand for your health and your body itself. So when I made my goal to say, well, I can reduce my belly fat, I can get back to having abdominals or showing my abs. Um, I started noticing what's called the RAS, reticular activation system. And that's when you start to notice things around you that are kind of focused on what you're trying to work on. And I'm not saying I'm going around and I'm seeing a bunch of ripped six-pack abs, but I really started to notice men, aged men with excess bellies. And I'm just like, wow, just this protrusion over their belt. And I thought, wow, why does this stand out to me? Because my goal was to reduce mine. Even though I was exercising regularly, eating a pretty healthy meal, I was struggling with excess belly fat. And someone mentioned to me that, hey, people notice that about you. In fact, I want to show you this picture right here of me exercising with my wife, and it was a video, and it just really stood out that my belly was really protruding there. And for the longest time, I thought it wasn't. I felt, oh, I'm okay. It's just like muscle, muscle weight or something. I didn't even worry about that. Just muscle showing, but it wasn't. It was actually fat showing. And hold on, let me pause my notifications here because I want to get back to focusing on what we're talking about. So around June, July, I decided, okay, I can't deal with that. I can't make that my my end goal for life. I have to really consider what I eat and why I eat it and what's beneficial for me. So I decided around June, July, I'm gonna make this stand to reduce any added sugars. But what I took out of my diet at the time wasn't added sugar, it was grains. It was rice, it was flours, it was starch, like potatoes and things of such. And that's when I noticed a change. My weight started to change, started to go down. And I thought about, I've told this story before when I went and met with a functional medicine doctor, and they mentioned, he said from his testing, I was having a cross reaction with rice, where my body looked at rice as like an enemy, like it was gluten. At that point, I said, I don't care. I love my rice. But now I've learned so much about how the uh, Western diet, what we eat here in America, affects our function of our body and how our metabolism works. So I got off. I don't do oatmeal anymore. A lot of toxins and chemicals in that. I don't do brown rice. I don't do potatoes. Now, let me tell you something about that. I don't shy away from it. I don't run away from it. I don't get adamant about it. But if somebody had a dish that they wanted me to try, and it had rice or potato, and I would try it, but I wouldn't consume a large portion of that because I know the effect it has on my body. And so, what I wanted to encourage you out there right now is to go hard at this, make a definite stand that you can actually do the same thing and see the difference. When you see the difference, when you make the difference happen out of your control because you want to, you will be amazed and you will feel good. And so what I want to encourage you to do is track your results. Know where your goal is. If you have a goal weight, what is that goal weight? So for example, um, earlier in 2023, my weight hovered around 210 pounds, and I wanted to get down to like 205, and my ideal weight was 200. And I said, if I can get to 200, I know I would feel great because I felt great. And before I got married, I was at 196 pounds, and I couldn't get any higher than that, no matter what I ate. But I said, well, I can at least get to the 200-pound mark. Let's see if that happens. So when I eliminated grains, flours, starches, my weight dropped to like 204 pounds. And I'm like, whoa, this is happening. And it wasn't that much cardio. I was probably doing cardio three times a week, but I was working out normally. Then I hit the 200-pound mark. In fact, I hit 198, like 198.4 pounds. And I was thoroughly amazed, but I still had belly fat. I thought, wow, when I was young, I was 196. I had a six pack abs at 196 pounds. But there are some differences. I guess, can't just say take it off here, take it off there. You just got to keep working with it. So I kept going. And then I know I told you about doing a challenge or a journey called NSNF, which I might change that acronym. It's NSNF30, which was no added sugars or no natural flavors for 30 days. And I did that for 30 days. I went hard and went strong with that. And I want to show you what my weight ended up getting to. So take a look at this picture and I'll explain this picture. Look at what my weight got to. So my goal weight, if you're looking at this picture carefully, you see my weight goal was 198 pounds. My body fat goal was 10%. And this is from November 5th, 2023. This weight was not from November, but it's just saying from that point that I lost 11.2 pounds, 1.3% body fat, 1.7 my BMI went down. So I hit my weight of 191. My BMI is 28.3. And the reason it's not in green, those two numbers, because this scale is set to match what is, I don't know, the US recommendation for weight and percentages. But for someone in my height, 5'9", they think I should be like 160 something pounds. Not with the muscle mass I have. I'm not going to get that light. But you notice my body fat percentage is in green. That's a decent number. Although I say 10% is a goal, I'm not going to rush that. I have a fat-free body weight of 158.6. As if I had no fat on my body, I would weigh 158.6. My subcutaneous fat, which is the fat beneath the skin, is 14.1. My visceral fat, which is the fat that you carry around your midsection, is 10%. And so I wanted you to see that I hit that goal beyond my goal, and I was on 191 pounds. Now that's a little bit lighter than what I want to be, but if I feel good, I'll accept that weight. It fluctuates now. I'm about 195 pounds as we speak now. Um, but you know, I stayed consistent. I hit the ground running, and I was determined to not have anything with added sugars and nothing with natural flavors. Now, I have a little bit of something with added sugar. If a recipe that I'm doing a series of recipes, trying out different foods. If that has um, added, if they say you can have something that has added sugar, I'm fine with that. But natural flavors, I'm still off of that, ladies and gentlemen. Grains, rice, oatmeal, potatoes, flour. I do consume a different kind of flour right now. It's called Himalayan tartary buckwheat. It is so delicious. But that's a different kind of flour, which is not bad for your microbiome, your gut metabolism. So I am having that, and it has a little bit. The recipe I make are pancakes, and I have almond flour in that because I definitely want to be gluten free. And Himalayan tartary buckwheat is gluten free. So I wanted you to know that at my age of 58, I hit my goal. I can see my abs, my waist. I'm still working to reduce my waist size. I am now at the process of building muscle because My thought is when you renovate a home or renovate anything that's a structural building, whatever, or even a car, if you were to rip all of the old material off of that, keep the foundation, keep the bones, as it speak, you got to start building it back up, improving it. And that's why my company is Physique Improvement. So I've tore down this excess fat. I went at it hard. Now I'm increasing my protein intake, not putting these fake, funny, strange chemicals in my body. And now I'm building back up, building the muscle back up, making my body take shape. And I feel great. The thing that really can help you and me out there is to really personally take care of yourself. It's personal development, it's spiritual development, and then physical development. Take care of yourself in and out. And I've a few times I've recommended secular publications for you all to consider and read. And and I want to thank my wife Michelle for this because she has always been a reader. She loves reading books that help with personal development. So if you go all in, read books that can help you go all in, and don't. Sometimes you look at what they talk about, their philosophy, and some of their sayings. You think, I can't. I don't like the way they think. Look beyond that and look at the suggestions that they give that you can use to make yourself better, to take care of yourself, and then get rid of any limiting beliefs, any negative thoughts about being able to get there. So, two books I'm going to recommend right here on this show. I have no affiliation with them, but I was listening to this guy on a podcast and I said, well, let me buy his book. And it's called The Miracle Morning. And he does what's called Life Savers. And excuse me, Savers is an acronym for what you would do every morning to get yourself ready for the day. And the S stands for silence, which is a form of meditation you can do anywhere from 1 minute to 10 minutes. He recommends 10 minutes. I fluctuate between 5 and 10 minutes sometimes. The A is for affirmations. I've written out my affirmations as to what I want positive to happen in my life. And it includes my spiritual goals, and it includes my physical goals of getting my body, my waist reduction, and to get my six pack abs. I want it. That's what I want. And to get to my weight goal and to stay there, never going back to over 200 pounds again. That is my goal, to never, ever go over 200 pounds again. I just want to stay at this weight and stay healthy and feel good. And that's what my affirmations talk about, and some other things I have on my affirmations. You just read that over and over and meditate on that for like 5 to 10 minutes. And then when you do your affirmations, you do a form of visualization. So where you kind of see yourself going through your day and feel how you might feel throughout your day. So after when I started visualizing and thinking about my day, I think about right after that S, A, and V is an E, is exercise. So I think about and see myself putting my exercise clothes on, going into my room, doing my exercises. And then I see myself cooking a healthy breakfast for myself and Michelle. And I see myself leaving for the day in a positive mood. And I see myself getting something done around personal development throughout the day. If it's reading a book, recording this podcast, think about that. That's part of my 5 to 10 minutes of visualization. And then I go, so from that visualization is E, is the exercise. Now my exercise is not 5 to 10 minutes. I go in there and put my music in, and I'm hitting from 15 to 20 minutes of my exercise and feel really good about it. When I complete it, I get ready to make the breakfast. I enjoy that breakfast and I move on. But before that, I read, because that's what the R stands for, reading. And my reading is from the Bible first. So I read I read a daily text, and then I read a portion of the Bible, and then that usually takes about 5 minutes. But then I also take a extra time to read from one of those books like The Miracle Morning or Limitless. Oh, I didn't tell you about that one. So yes, Limitless is the other book I'm going to tell you about. But and then the S is just scribing. You just journaling. You journal what you how you want your how you feel for the day and how what you're grateful for. So that's the Miracle Morning. And then the other book is this one right here, Limitless by Jim Quick. Excellent book. Excellent because going beyond the workout in the gym and lifting and nutrition for your immediate physique. But this one is so good for your brain. And I'm gonna tell every one of you out there, read this book. Just read it and see the exercises he has for your brain. It is remarkable what I'm only 50% through the book, but what I've learned is remarkable. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you, but to share the 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 encouragement for you to be motivated to not look at your goal and see your goal, but to reach your goal. And I'm not talking about reaching at the end of this year. I'm talking to reach it in just a few months. Work so hard at it and accomplish it because I lost my weight when I realized that there are certain foods that we shouldn't be eating. And I realized that carbohydrates aren't what your body really needs. It needs its protein and its fats. Because I've learned that you'll hear about uh, essential essential amino acids, which are the proteins. You get that from protein intake. And then you'll hear about essential fatty acids, which is your healthy fats, your olive oil, your avocados, and things like that. But you never hear anything about essential carbohydrates because your body does not need it. And the only carbohydrate you should really be taking in are your vegetables and your fruits. That is what your body can really benefit from. So, maybe another show I can go into that again. I'm gonna always talk about eliminating sugar. I'm gonna talk about eating healthier foods, and don't eat just based on your taste buds. Eat based on your heart, your lungs, your liver, your brain, your circulatory system, your gut, all of that. Eat to make that proficient. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, keep working extra hard for your body, for your health. Do not give up. Do not give in. Do not let any of these negative thoughts hold you back, even on a bad day. Read those books for personal development. Read your Bible as well, because that's a personal development publication too. And an acronym that I learned is you want to make sure you kill all the ants. You don't want any of the ants when you're going through this journey and you're going to reach your goal. The acronym ANTS stand for automatic negative thoughts. You do not want those thoughts to come up in your head. You want to meditate on thinking positive and being positive. Anything negative gets thrown out of the way. You can do it. You never can't do it. You can do it. So that's it. Coach E wanted to come on here and give you a little boost to your journey to hitting your goal. You can do it. Stay strong. Make good choices out there. And this is Coach E signing out. Thanks for listening to Beyond the Workout podcast. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please be sure to check me out at ericdunston.com and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Physique Improvements. Take care, everyone.